Alrighty, so space trucking's been going pretty good this morning, and I got another trip here to take back to Jita. They said it was worth 50 million, and lo and behold, look at that. It's worth 50 million, and they're paying 20 million to have it transported. I'm not sure the math going on here, but this one is actually paying 20 million to have it transported to Jita. And it is truly worth 50 million, and it's like they could buy all of these there. I suspect maybe they manufactured them here, but then they're losing a whole bunch of money paying for shipping. So, you know, you got diagnosed ADHD at 42 years old. So much more makes sense now? Yes. So, I was diagnosed at like 10 years old as being dyslexic. And then I was like 30 when got diagnosed being ADD after my brother was, so I got tested. So, yeah. And it does make a big difference in how you see things and everything. And it gives a lot of explanation to things. So. I hope we're not going to bump into the station. We'll see. So we're doing a little space trucking, and I'll check again to see if there's any new... Nope, nothing new. So, and I don't quite understand why they would pay 20 million to send 50 million worth of tier 1 ships. But maybe they mined all the stuff out themselves and they feel like they're still making profit, but they didn't have a ship capable of hauling them over. I'm not sure. But it just seems like a really bad decision to pay 20 million for 50 million worth of ships to be transported. But I'm happy to do it. They can pay me. Do I do arbitrage? What do you mean by arbitrage? Like if they value it at 50 and it's actually 100, then just kill it and take the stuff and sell it myself and make the extra money? I have done that before. Typically these days, I'll kill a contract if it goes above the limits that I have set, which is 1.5 billion. And so if they listed it at 1 billion and it's actually like 2.5 billion or whatnot, 2.5 billion, I'm not willing to transport it, I'll cancel it, which means I keep the stuff because it goes over my limit. But if it's 1 billion collateral and it's 1.2 billion worth or whatnot, I'll just run it. So, you know, I'll say buy cheap and fulfill the order somewhere else. So I do have a lot of buy orders out there, and I do buy a lot of stuff, but I just buy in an entire region. And then I'll do, this may sound silly, I'll do a cleanup like once a year of all the stuff that I purchased and bring it all in to sell it. And I will have paid 40 to 50% below value for it.
You, sir, rock.
Life Agro Gaming just subscribed.
All right, Life Agro Gaming. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Here is 1,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. And then we're gonna see what Dolly thinks your Twitch character would look like, and then I'll post it up on our Discord. You can grab a copy of it if you want. Am I a trillionaire yet? No. And with the skin stuff coming out, Life Agro Gaming. Wow. That actually might be, that's that's pretty interesting, except for your bulletproof vest, here looks like it's made out of C4. You used the wrong material on that. But, you know, it has Twitch in there, it has your controller and everything, your headset. Yep, I'll post that up in Discord and you can grab a copy of it. That one's pretty cool. So I'm doing that for subs and brand new subs and resubs, and then in between YouTube episodes, I'll do a few people who are followers, and I'll do them for bits over 500 as well, or 500 or more. Yeah, not many displaying their name like was done on yours. Yeah, you know what? There is a... I keep it randomizing, and then it seems to think some things are important, some things are not. I'm fine with it not doing names most of the time because AI is notorious for spelling the names wrong, and there's nothing like a really cool image where it spells the name wrong to wreck it. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you can crop the picture, crop your name out of it. But, you know, and I'm surprised that it does what looks very much like the Twitch logo. I find that kind of interesting because I would think that they would, with the AI, want to try and avoid something that looks like a corporate logo. But whatever. We're not selling these images. Don't have to worry about it. If I were selling them, I would have to worry about it. Have I done my own name? Yeah. Can you show what Markee Dragon results? Oh, sure. We got time. I did it yesterday, and it was okay. Not all of them turn out super spectacular. Some of them, though, turn out downright amazing. And some of them are just meh. Does it change when I do my name twice? Look at that, with a Twitch logo on my chest. Holy shit, that's kind of funny. I am continually impressed with the AI stuff, and I've been working a lot with AI, you know, a lot of the music and everything. You know, I've been writing a lot of lyrics, but then, you know, since I'm not a musician and I'm not really a singer, I have AI do that part, and it's worked out pretty good. We've got a lot of good music out of it. And the images, I just tried this on a whim the other day, doing it for somebody. I wrote the prompt and then had to do it, and it came out with really good results. And so here we are doing more of it. Prompt whispering is a new skill set. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at prompting. I am not thinking that I'm a prompt wizard or whatnot. Let's just say I've been able to find the right tools to make things happen that I want to happen. And then I've been able to figure out how to use them well. I did one yesterday. I I've been fooling around with video too, AI video, and I made my Markee Dragon character do the floss. Based off of an image, I had it take my character and do the floss. I don't have it on an account that I have here that I can show on the show. So, but use it to break down requirements and write proposals. Yeah, you still need humans for everything. It's like I did try and have AI try and totally write song lyrics. And while it can, and it's good at rhyming and stuff like that, and kind of a cadence, it's really not good at depth of meaning, or context, or speaking to the person listening to the music. And so I have found that I need to write the lyrics, and then if I'm having trouble getting them to jive, like getting the cadence right or the rhyming right, I'll ask the AI question like, what are the things, here's the section of the song, the chorus, having trouble getting this to rhyme with this, how would you recommend changing it? And it might come up with something good. I'll do stuff like that, but yeah, on its own. And eventually though, it may really turn out into, you know, AI may do far better than what I can do. It may start understanding meaning better and everything. But you know, we have a lot of nuance in the game and stuff. And like, so like the Minmatar song that I did about them, you know, earning their freedom from Amar, it starts out with the mark of Matar on my face, which I had to do a lot of research, and I found out that that is a, you know, like a tattoo of honor and stuff. And AI never would have come up with that and everything. So
drive active.
brings up the need for digital bill of rights. Well, I don't know. As of right now, here's what the law says. The law says that I may not be able to copyright that image. There's potentially I can't copyright that image. But like the music that and that's because there's no human component in that image. Like all I did was write a prompt and then tell it what to make the image of. But that songs, because I wrote the lyrics, then it has a definite human component. Or if AI wrote the lyrics and an actual person is singing it, or an actual person played the music, then it has a human component, and then it is copyrightable. So, so in essence, I have copyright on all of the songs that I've done because I wrote the lyrics. But you know, it's we're getting into a very interesting era. Crazy Dragon Queen, thank you for the follow. The golden age of AI. Golden age refers to a time of purity and craftsmanship type of stuff early in the beginning, but it's not, I don't know that we have a golden age of AI. I don't know that AI provides that level of quality at this point.
Warp drive active.
Right.
Pilot engaged.
So I'm warping to a instadock, and then I set my autopilot, which will make it auto dock when I get there. Real issue with AI is weaponizing your data against you. Yeah. So, and the problem with Western law is countries like China and North Korea will stretch AI further than we want it to be. Yeah, so we can't put any limits on AI. I'm a firm believer that we can't. We can put limits on what the people direct it to do, or when something is acting harmfully, whether that's AI or a person directing it to. But the technology itself, the problem is that if it's an arms race, is what it is. And so if we put blocks in front of doing AI stuff or whatnot, we then put ourselves at a disadvantage, and the AI will be heavily used against us when we are going to eventually need AI to help defend. So it's pretty scary. So I believe in not throttling it. That's just my stance on it. All right, here we go. We're gonna land inside. It should just auto dock. There are people in here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
A Nestor and a Varder sitting in here.
Waypoint reached.
All right. Well, we shall deliver this package. And I'm going to get paid 20 million for delivering 50 million worth of stuff. It's fine by me. All right, so let's look at what other contracts we got. 24 million for 24 jumps, 1.5 billion. That's all the way at my max. Not paying enough to get me to want to do that. 12 jumps. Oh, that's where I just was. 12 jumps for 25 million. I already know that there's going to be nothing on the way back. And so that's why nobody has taken this other one yet, is because there's no job for them to take on the way back. And so while it's going to be 12 jumps, it's actually going to be 24. They're paying the right amount for it. I suppose I could switch to a DST and run it. It's actually the best contract that's here right now. Unless I wanted to take this, and I don't know what region this is in. It's in Devoid. You know what? There was a really high-paying contract in Devoid. Wonder if it's still out there. It's not. It's been picked up. Yeah, there was one out there that was paying 120 million to transport it back up to Jita that we mentioned earlier. But it's not there anymore. So this one's 18 jumps. It was just posted. 18 jumps, 300 million. Pays 24. It's 40,000. Three days to run it. Where that's actually going. Verge vendor. Goes through Udema. It doesn't have very much collateral. It's only 300 million. Let's go ahead and accept that one. See what's inside it. 269 million. So it looks like a hauler setup. Oh yeah. And there's a squall in here. Oh, is that valued? It doesn't have any value on it. Okay, let me see what they're going for. 28 million. All right. I just didn't want to be a target if it was still going insanely high. So somebody's building a couple of haulers out here. Okay. Looking at what else potentially out here. Think if I can add anything on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jumps. And it says that it's 15 jumps for current location. Okay. Oh, that's through LoSec. That's a really strange one. They're paying 10 million to transport something that's worth 7.1 million. But it's through LoSec. And hey folks, this is a gank contract. This is a gank contract. They're sitting in there watching. I know it says 2 days here, but here's the deal. That is too much for a DST to do. It has to be a freighter. And so they're baiting a freighter into there. And I know it says 2 days, but they got really low amount that they're gonna lose on this if they miss them. So they could just be really watching a gate for somebody to come in a freighter into this area and try and do it. So that's right there as a potential gank. And here's another one. That's 100,000 cubic meters. They're paying 20 million on 100 million. Goes through LoSec. That one is also very problematic. And so maybe they're trying to get people to do 2 of these. They're both going into the same system. Are they both from the same person? They're both from Roadflame. Let's look at Roadflame. Let's look at them. And let's see here. Show contracts. Yeah, look at that. So here's their contract stuff. And look at how many have failed. So, you know, so here, this one, they either lost a ship or they took this and realized that they couldn't actually run it.
Followed.
Orson, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Let's look at these others. This one was 1,000 cubic meters. So they were able to run it in something small. Okay. This one is 101,000 and they finished it. They delivered with a freighter to this station successfully. Good for them. Wow. This one, the contractor is failed delivery. Huh. So there's another, okay, so there's another way of looking at these. And so their contractor is failed delivery. That's a character. I'm sure what they're doing is they're watching for contracts that don't make sense, hoping that they undervalued the stuff, paying for it, and then going and grabbing the stuff. This right here is going to be a single, like, station warehouse container, something like that. And so anyway, I have done that before, where I grab contracts with the intention of failing them when they look like somebody greatly undervalued something. But in my tests of doing that, so I did it several times with a character. In my tests, they were all bogus contracts. And so it can be another way to sell something. I kid you not, to sell something. So let's say that this is a station warehouse container, or let's just say it's whatever, 100,000 cubic meters of coal, and it's worth $1 million. And they put up this contract hoping that somebody's going to fail it, and then they get paid this 8.64 million. I can see it. So here's another one that failed, 120,000, and they're paying 50 million for a 19.5 million run. Yeah, these are just to get kills. That's what it's for. So you able to see those kill mails? Yeah, potentially. Well, so this went to this corporation. I mean, I don't know if... Can we copy...
Welcome to the Dragons.
Corporation name?
Just followed.
I don't know how to copy the corporate name.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Cop McGinty just followed.
Z-Rain and Cop McGinty, thank you for the follows. Welcome. Let's see if we can look up in a search here the corporation. Yeah, but we wouldn't see losses under a corp now, would we? Well, maybe. So what day was that on? 6/13. No, they just failed it without trying to run it. So yeah. These guys have a bunch of just little run-ins. So anyway, this person, the contracts are bogus. They are bogus. You don't want to do them. All right. Now I was going to look. Yeah, there's no other contracts I can take with this one. So what we'll do is we'll head down, and then we will hopefully find something for the return trip. This could be run with deep space transport, but I prefer using my freighter, and it's slower, but I prefer that because then I can, you know, have more opportunities for hauling stuff back or whatever. This guy comes out suspect. Oh, it's Market Tycoon. Yeah, he comes out suspect, baits people into shooting him, and then he docks up, and then he undocks in something else that's capable of fighting back well, and wallops them. He'll wait until his suspect timer runs out, and or is just about to run out, dock, and then by the time he undocks, his suspect timer is gone, but he still has an engagement timer with the other people that are shooting at him, and he comes out in some ship that absolutely wallops them and gets a kill. He's been here in chat before. He would tell you about it if he were here. I don't know if he's here or not, but yeah, he does some crazy shit like that. And he baits people into shooting him. So if you are shooting somebody like that and they dock up, you need to instantly dock up. Although you may have an aggression timer, so you probably need to fly to another station and dock. Yeah, you may have a combat timer that wouldn't allow you to dock, and he'll be back out before you get that timer off of you, and he'll catch you. I don't think I've ever been victim to that, but I've seen plenty of people be victim to it. So we are going to be flying through Udema.
Warp drive active.
Good time. Play our trucking song, which talks about using Udema Scout and a scout at the gate and all of that.
Out in the black where the starlight fades, Jet Big Rig McKenna's got the wheel.
I wonder if there's a wheel in my ship.
Cosmic Eagle flies through the trade lanes wide with the hold of ore. That's a high stakes deal. Long he tunes to the chatter of Udema Scout, warning about gankers lying
Welcome
in
to the
wait.
Dragons.
Chibaki just followed.
Bucky, thank you for the follow.
His course through the Stargate, a space cowboy with a deadline to make. He's riding high in the Cosmic Eagle through the galaxy, so vast and wide, with a heart of gold
Those new planets.
and nerves of steel. Jed's making his run with the scout at the next gate. Space docks hum like a honky-tonk night, where capsuleers spin their tails so bold. But Jed's got his eyes on the sector so tight,
Warp drive.
where the shadows of safety gank ships roam. At the next gate, he dodges a fray outwits the gankers and tells
There's a
them
link in
well
Twitch chat
played.
for the mouse pointer. It's called Yellow Mouse. Costs a couple bucks.
He's earning his pay.
You can use it as an overlay in games, which is good when you're at high resolution.
Space truckers pave the way. At Cheetah Station, Jeb hangs with friends.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Littles 9
A new
LTFC just followed.
contract comes in, his ship loaded again.
A little. Thank you for the follow.
Extends under the watchful gaze of Bob. He undocks again. He's riding high in the cosmic eagle through the galaxy so vast and wide. With a heart of
You don't need a fancy mouse, but you need to be able to see it at higher resolutions than 1080p.
his run. With a scout at the next gate. So here's to the space truckers, the haulers in space. May your routes be clear. May you have no fear in the endless race. Our beloved space truckers embrace.
All right. That's a great song. Let's I was talking a little bit ago about, you know, writing lyrics and stuff and having good meaning to them. We played the Minmatar anthem called Rust and Rebellion, and I wrote the lyrics for this. Spent actually quite a bit of time doing research to get them all right and everything, and it's about their freedom from Amar. So let's see here.
With the ray of a tomahawk on my face, I rise. With the tribes of old, with the warriors raised. From rusted halls, our banners wave. We are Minmatar souls, born brave. Fly through the cosmos. We are fierce and free. Rust and rebellion in our destiny. Duct tape warriors.
Duct Tape Warriors.
Flame. Under Minmatar space, we claim our
Yeah, AI has helped me because I'm able to write the lyrics, and then AI is doing the music and the vocals, so allows me to produce some Eve-specific music.
Our speed and guile, our ships take flight through the dark of space. We are looking to fight. Tornadoes reach, from afar they strike. Thrashers roar as our freedom is our rise. Fly through the cosmos, we are fierce and free. Rust and rebellion in our destiny.
Do you think these guys are gankers? 7 Days to Die?
Hearts aflame. Under Minmatar space,
Oh.
we claim our name.
They're all in velators.
Our spirit undying from battles we've won. We are empowered since
I really like how that line turned out, being united brother to brother.
Fly through the cosmos. We are fierce and free. Rust and rebellion in our destiny. We are duct tape warriors with our hearts aflame. Under Mimitar space, we claim our name.
Neo Matrix, Yellow Mouse fixed your problem. Good. Yeah, there is a big problem with if you're above 1080p, if you're in like 1440p or 4K or whatnot, in Eve, the mouse pointer does not resize. And so it gets really small, and when you get on backgrounds that are pretty bright or you're in battle or whatnot, you can lose your mouse pretty easily. So that's why I used Yellow Mouse. Or I'll play another song. This one has actually turned out to be the most popular one. Space Police Chase. I just kind of wrote it on a whim when we had the specials with Plex that had like the police skins with them and everything, and then the Abyssal packs, and I thought, well, I'm just going to try and write a song exciting about them and see what happens. And so it doesn't really, it was a good timing with that, but it can relate anytime here. And so here's about going into abyssal space, finding something that you're not supposed to have, grabbing it and running, and the police chasing you out of there. Here it is. I'm not too concerned with people sniping me now. This is Mongolian throat singing crossed with reggae.
Space police with agility. Wormholes wider than asteroids king. She's the swiftest pilot New Eden's ever seen.
Exclamation point music for a link to all my music that's been published.
Through asteroid belt she weaves her trail. Space police on her cosmic tail. Micro jump set and she flies past. Her foes confused, their ships outclassed. Her night hawk swift as shadow cast. Out of the asteroid belt her freedom bars burst.
We're about to go through your demo.
Into a wormhole leap of faith. Beyond the stars in J space. Her skills, her wits, her ship's fast pace. Crafting her legend for the color erased. Oh, ride on Talia through the cosmic sea. Dodging space police with agility. Wormholes wide than asteroids king. She's the swiftest pilot New Eden's ever seen.
Oh, here's Bush Kitty. Bush Kitty will gank you. Bush Kitty will trick you.
Making repairs with nanite pace.
Also a streamer.
Space at her secret base. A D-stand user location found. Space police gathered all around. No more moves in the starlit chest. Captured the queen in her distress. Now she's a legend, her tale we sing. In pubs and ports, her story rings. Talia Gray, the pilot, free, forever sails in Whedon's memory.
Oh, that one's over already. I was still thinking of the beat there. That one's just got such a good beat to it. Hello, Kestrel. Here's another one that I wrote that I don't know how much Doc God Game appreciates it. I wrote it about Doc God Game, who's another Eve streamer, and about him coming into our null space and trying to rob the ESS and then getting blockaded, and rather than allowing them to kill him, he opts to self-destruct his ship to deny them the kill. That's what the song's about. It's called Blow My Ship Up. $300 billion auto-targeting cruise missile payload kill on Z-Kill? Oh, I haven't seen it. Up to look.
In the heart of MJ5F9 where the pandemic horde reigns, Doc God Game plan the heist so insane. A seasoned capsuleer with danger in his veins. The ESS back his target, tempting fortune and fame. But in the shadow of the horde, it was
This is the kill.
just a game. A daring thief in a realm where legends are made.
They killed one of their own.
Blow my ship up like the night, blow my ship up in the fight, blow my ship up.
These are the new auto-targeting missiles.
Blow my ship up, watch me burn. Blow my ship up, no return. Blow my ship up, fake discern. Blow my ship up, tables turn.
I think the value is wrong. That's all this is. The value is wrong. That's 70,000 auto-targeting missiles is not worth that.
In the local chat, they gave Doc a fright. Surrender now or face your final night. He twisted and turned, dodging beams so bright. In the cruiser's wake, he tried to make his flight.
Blow my ship up like the night.
Blow my ship up like the night. Blow my ship up in the fight. Blow my ship up wrong or right. Blow my ship up and tonight. Blow my ship up, watch me burn. Blow my ship up, no return. Blow my ship up, fate is turn. Blow my ship up, tables turn. No filaments left, no way to escape. Every Stargate blockaded, sealing Doc's fate. No satisfaction for them, he thought in his state. In the local chat he fight, my ship you'll not take. Doc said self-destruct, sealing his fate. A final act of defiance in the Cold War's embrace.
ship up like the night.
Blow my ship up like the night. Blow my ship up in the fight. Blow my ship up wrong or right. Blow my ship up and tonight. Blow my ship up, watch me burn. Blow my ship up, no return. Blow my ship up, fate discern. Blow my ship up, tables turn. A fool but brave in the Horde's arcade. MJ5F9 returned to its normal parade. The legend of Ducker's game has been made. A kill denied where bold moves are weighed. A perfect story of heroes and rogues were made. To all capsuleers, very well played.
All right. Yeah. That's another one of them. That's published too. So. Sounds like Rob Zombie. No, it's based more off of, that one's based more off of Mongolian throat singing and electronica at the same time. So, yeah. What I've been working on lately is some background music. And I'm working toward moving away. I've been using the record label Monster Cat for maybe almost 10 years. And I'm partner with them. And that partnership's been really great. But I still get copyright claims from time to time whenever their artists change label, which they do change label sometimes. And then I get a claim from their new label, and then I have to fight it. And I win every time because I do have the rights, but it's such a pain in the ass. I mean, I have like, I don't know, 700 or 1,000 claims on my YouTube channel right now. And the time it takes to do all of them is nuts. So I have been doing some other music that is more of like background stuff, working on it, and I think that I've got some pretty good stuff. I'll play one here for you, and again, it's primarily for background stuff, but it's got like a film score type stuff. So see, I haven't played any of this on the show yet. Actually, this is the first time hearing it with headphones on. I might hear an imperfection. I haven't finished the final edit on them yet. So we'll call this one in progress. Jax, we're doing space trucking. And Chris, I've not made any skins yet. I've been strutting my old skins. I haven't wanted to spend any Plex on it. Huh. This is meant to be played at a lower volume in the background while doing like Eve or whatever. I hear a little funkiness in it. Might not make the final cut.
Drive active.
Well, it's getting kind of loud. I think this song's not going to make the final cut. There's one of them in progress. Let me play one more. Another one I haven't heard with headphones on yet. Kind of my final pass, I pick them apart. With headphones on, I can hear better. So like, only half the songs that make it to this stage will make the final cut. And since these don't have any lyrics, I can create them easier. I don't have to write lyrics for them.
Warp drive active.
Being, this is based kind of on film score stuff. You know, it has its ups and downs like scenes in a movie or whatnot. So I was trying some of this stuff to see if it would work out well with, while doing Eve or whatnot, as background music. So it'd be much lower volume. Maybe. Playing around with some stuff. I've only completed one song that doesn't have lyrics. Do I do T2 Industry? Yes. But I'm only doing T2 Industry with T2 BPOs. No T1. No, I'm not doing any invention. So. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.